Legend Mick Foley, and you are watching C-RadTV here, right here on YouTube. Have a nice day.
This is Cody Diener, and you are watching C-RadTV on YouTube. And just like Cody Diener, C-RadTV lives by two simple words. Just give her, yeah.
How's it going, guys? It's Brad C at a WWE Monday Night Raw review from June 3rd. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. I guess they'll go home Raw to Super Showdown. I honestly don't care for Super Showdown. Only thing I'm wondering is if Brock is gonna fucking walk out champion or not for that show. But let's continue on. So we start off Raw with boring fuckface Roman Reigns music and boring fuckface coming out. Same boring entrance as before. But during this entrance, they then cut to the announce table. And if you look at the announce table, not sure if anyone noticed, but Michael Cole, Vince's cock smuggler on the table himself, had to pull his script out and read from it while on air. He had to pull his script out. Not even 2 minutes in, and we have already a massive botch. Reading your script on the air, live. So yeah, when that happens, you know the show is automatically gonna be shit right from the get-go. Fuck, I could just stop the review and we can just say, hey, that's just a downward spiral for this show. But you know what? That's not how I roll. Let's keep going. So as soon as boring fuckface gets in the ring and is about to speak, Shane McMahon's music hits and then Shane comes out. Then Shane goes on and has the ring announcer once again introduce him as the best in America. And then Shane says that he can't wait to shut Roman Reigns up Friday. He hasn't even said a word yet, Shane. Then Shane goes on and says that he's a fine wine. I call bullshit. And then Shane goes on and says that he'll smash Roman's jaw Friday and then make Roman Reigns tap out Friday. Oh, no, you're not doing either of those things, Shane. Your daddy, Vince McMahon, will not even remotely come close to when you do that. Because remember, Shane, Roman is Vince's golden boy. He ain't gonna let you hurt his golden boy like that. Maybe somebody else, maybe somebody Vince hates, but not Vince's golden boy. Better luck next time. So Shane goes on and then says that he makes his own rules. Because he's a McMahon. Of course. Then Shane goes on and says that after Friday, all Roman will be hearing is the best in America. And then, Roman Reigns, please shut up. Roman's offended by what Shane said. Roman's offended. Roman's offended. Roman's offended. Roman Reigns, I want you to try to tap me. Roman, we already know Shane ain't gonna make you tap out, you dumb fuck. Vince ain't gonna let that happen. Don't have to worry about it. Roman Reigns, I'm gonna pick your spoiled ass up and smash you. You probably are. Because you're gonna probably get shoved down our throat again in Saudi Arabia. Roman Reigns, you need help from others to win. Roman Reigns, when I'm done with you, I'm gonna go kick Drew McIntyre's ass at Stomping Grounds in a few weeks. If I'm still watching by then. So then Drew McIntyre's music hits and Drew McIntyre comes out. Drew goes on and demands some respect from the WWE Universe. Drew, you don't demand for respect. You gotta earn it in the ring. God damn it, how many times do I have to have this conversation? Drew then goes on and says that he's gonna end Roman. Nope, Vince won't let you end his golden boy. Try somebody else. Drew then goes on and says that he doesn't need his partners here to take Roman out, and he will take him out right now. So then as Drew and Shane head to the ring, the Revival then come out from the crowd, and then the Revival attack Roman Reigns from behind, starting a brawl. Then the Usos come out to the aid of Roman Reigns, and of course this is before a scheduled 6-man tag match between Roman Reigns and the Usos against Drew McIntyre and the Revival. So, now I guess we can count this as pre-match assault. But once we come back from commercial, we get to the matchup. Highlights and Roman fails in the match. Jay's super kick was good along with the double Uso suicide spot dive. Jimmy's insecurity was good along with Dash's drop kick. Drew's standing suplex is good along with his overhead belly to belly. Jimmy's arm drag followed by a side suplex, very well done. Scott Spinebuster was also good, and of course, this sets up for the hot tag for Roman Reigns to do that BS Superman comeback. You know, the punches, the clotheslines, the boot, the Samoan drop, the 10 clotheslines of shit in the corner. Drew's Glasgow kiss is pretty good. Roman's strikes during the match still look fake as fuck. His selling looked like trash. Roman then goes, he hits 2 stupid man punches. So then Chemo in the match, Shane would then go and interfere when Jimmy Uso goes for the top rope. Roman Reigns sees it. Roman Reigns, I'm not gonna have you touch my cousin like that. So Roman goes in and grabs Shane and picks him up, ready to beat him up. But while Roman is distracted, Drew then goes and hits a Claymore on Roman Reigns. Somehow I knew that distraction was gonna backfire on Roman. But yeah. So then the Revival go to hit the Shatter Machine to Jey Uso. We go back in the ring. Drew then goes, he hits the Claymore on Jimmy Uso. Drew McIntyre gets the 3 count for the win for his team. But after the match, we ain't done yet, because Revival go to hit the Shatter Machine on Roman Reigns for a post-match assault. Drew then goes and hits a 2nd Claymore on Roman Reigns. Hit 3rd total, but the 2nd on Roman. Then Shane goes, he hits a spear on Roman Reigns and then mocks Roman. And oh, by the way, Roman, Shane McMahon can hit the spear better than your bitch ass. That's gotta be embarrassing that a McMahon can hit your finishing move better than you can. Damn, that's embarrassing. So then continuing on, next up we get a Miz TV segment with the Miz in the ring. And Miz's special guest is the Universal Champion, Seth Rollins. So as soon as Seth comes out, Seth first says that let's get weird. Easy, Seth, easy. This is a PG show. This is family friendly. We can't do that. We can't do whatever weird things you want to do. So then Seth goes on. He laughs at the idea of Brock Lesnar showing up to cash in his Money in the Bank tonight, and says Paul Heyman is a liar because Brock Lesnar is supposed to be cashing on Raw tonight. So then Seth goes on and says that he'll believe it when he sees it. And The Miz says that they both know the power of Money in the Bank. Yes, because Miz and Seth actually cashed in their respective Money in the Bank contracts successfully to become WWE Champion. Back when Money in the Bank actually fucking meant something. But continuing on, Seth said that he'd be relieved if Brock cashes in tonight. And then Seth says that after that he won't have to worry about Lesnar after. Then he can focus on Corbin. And he's got to focus. So then after that we go backstage where a car pulls up backstage. And then Paul Heyman and Mr. Money in the Bank Brock Lesnar come out of the car. They go close to the bottom of the ramp. And then they leave and go straight for the locker room. So Brock is going to make Seth wait. Who is shocked? So then after that, we were supposed to get ready for a tag team match between Lucha House Party. But before we could even get Lucha's opponents to come out, Lars Sullivan music hits and Lars Sullivan comes out. So then Lars goes and he attacks the Lucha House Party, Kalisto, Grandma Talika, Wednesday Dorado for pre-match assault. So then all three then go after, and then they all drop kick Lars Sullivan after the ring. And then Lars Sullivan retreats. You know, they're just making Lucha House Party look strong because Lucha House Party faces Lars Sullivan at Super Showdown in a 3-on-1 handicap match. It's simple. Making them look good, making them look strong so that when Lars beats them, they can say it means something. Because we all know Lars is going to fucking murder all three of their asses. But yeah, continuing on. After that, Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch comes out. Becky comes out to the ring. Becky goes on, she says that she wants to make changes to the roster. You're going to have to talk to Vince McMahon on that one, Becky. Becky goes on and says that contentment is the worst thing that ever happened to her. And then Becky says that she's now officially woke up after Money in the Bank when she became Becky One Belt. And then Becky says that when she's pissed, no one can stop her. And then Becky goes on and says that she'll break Lacey Evans and fight until she can't no more. And then Lacey Evans' music hits and Lacey Evans comes out to the ring. Lacey goes on, she says that Becky Lynch is a dog chasing a car. and won't know what to do once she catches up. And then Lacey says that Becky is not the face of the women's division. And then Lacey says that Becky should not mess with her. And then Lacey then calls Becky a woman, and that it's her division. So it's Lacey's division now, huh? So then Charlotte Flair goes, music hits, and Charlotte Flair comes out to the ring. Charlotte Flair goes on, and then says Becky needs to stop making excuses. And then Charlotte goes on and makes excuses for why she lost the SmackDown Women's title at Money in the Bank to Bayley. Huh? Well, number one, when the fuck was Becky Lynch ever making excuses? And you literally just became a hypocrite by making excuses yourself. Fuck out of here. So Lacey goes on and then calls Charlotte a peacock and a daddy's girl that needs attention. Charlotte then responds by saying that she'll beat Ric Flair's 16 world titles record. If you beat it, Charlotte, it means nothing. Because it was a different title Ric Flair won. It was 16 WWE world titles. You win 17 titles, it would be 17 WWE women's titles. It's a different category. You're already the leader in it. You passed Trish Stratus like last year for it. Because the old record was 7 held by Trish Stratus, and you're already at 9. You know, by the way, Ric Flair's real world title number isn't 16. I heard it's 23. And hey, if we're saying that winning more titles in any category means more than Ric Flair's 60 world titles, can we throw Tommy Dreamer's 30 hardcore championship reigns in the mix too? Like, in the end, there's just going to be another number that's going to be this milestone for Charlotte to try and hit. It's just going to be a never-ending number that will never end. So then Lacey goes on and says that Charlotte is yesterday's news. And that she is the face of WWE. So Lacey is now the face now, huh? So then Lacey goes and then hits the women's right on Charlotte Flair. Because Charlotte Flair attacked Lacey last week, and that's payback. And of course, this sets up a one-on-one match between Charlotte Flair and Lacey Evans. So, going to the match, highlights in the match. Charlotte's double leg takedown looked like absolute shit. I'm not sure what the fuck that was supposed to be. Looked like crap. Charlotte had 2 waist locks. The first one looked like absolute shit. The second one was meh. Lacey's fireman's carry was good, along with her muckle buster in the corner. Charlotte's exploder was okay, along with Lacey's leg sweep to the air. So we have a botch there. Lacey, what a devastating shot to the air. Lacey's swinging neckbreaker was okay. The double crossbody was pretty good. Very good sync timing there. So to the match ending, Becky would then go and she pulled Charlotte Flair out of the ring, forcing the DQ. So Charlotte Flair was going to win the match regardless. So then after the match, Becky Lynch gets in the ring and she hits the Beck Swoder on Lacey Evans for post-match assault. And Becky is standing tall. Oh well. So continuing on, next up, United States Champion Rey Mysterio comes out to the ring with his arm sleeve because Rey got a shoulder injury. So Rey comes out, he says that the business is in his blood, and then he says that his son Dom is training will carve his own path in WWE. And then Rey says that he's out here to set an example as a man and to set Dominic on the right path. And as Rey goes on and says that he's here to relinquish the United States title due to injury and shoulder surgery. So then Samoa Joe's music hits, and then Samoa Joe comes out to the ring. So Samoa Joe goes on, he says that he thought the word champion was his cue to come out. Alright, we'll go with it. Let's continue on. No, I don't fucking care. So then Joe goes on and says that Rey's only relinquishing the title because Rey never beat Samoa Joe for it because Samoa Joe's shoulders were up. I mean, he's not wrong, the shoulders were up. The referees are just fucking incompetent. So then Rey says that he won titles through pain and injuries. But Rey says he can't fight through this one. So Rey goes on and says that he's giving the United States title to Samoa Joe. So Rey Mysterio lays the title down on the mat for Samoa Joe to take. Samoa Joe then goes on and then locks in the Coquina clutch on Rey Mysterio after he'd keep it locked in until the referee's coming to separate. Samoa Joe then goes, he grabs the United States title and walks away. And just like that, Samoa Joe is now a 2-time United States champion. And your new United States champion. Yep, Samoa Joe's your new champion. Hallelujah. So then next up, we get a one-on-one match between Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley. But this is not any normal one-on-one match. This is an arm wrestling match. Really, Vince? Really? This is how we're gonna make the Cup product more edgier? Is fucking arm wrestling matches? You gotta be fucking shitting me. Talk about full fucking McMahon at its finest. Seriously, when the fuck can we get rid of Vince McMahon, for fuck's sakes? Like, Vince, if you're trying to chase me away, you're doing a good job so far. Like, you're not giving me any convincing reasons to stay and keep watching. Now, normally I would say that chasing your own fans away would be bad business, but you know what? Vince McMahon's been a fucking master of chasing fans away for over 10 years. Just look at the ratings and how they've gone down the last 10 years, and that's enough evidence to back that up. Well, most of that we have John Cena to thank for that when he shoved fuckboy Buckethead down our goddamn throats. And I guess you also got Roman Reigns to thank for that too, since Vince is going to shove Roman down our throats too. But anyway, continuing on. So, attempt 1 of this arm wrestling match between Braun and Bobby. Both men decide to go with the right hand. Braun goes, he then throws the table when Bobby trash talked him. They then reset the table up and we get attempt 2. They would start, but it would end in a draw because Bobby Lashley lost his grip. So then both Braun and Bobby added chalk to their hands and we get attempt 3. And Braun Strowman ends up winning anyway. So Braun was gonna fucking win regardless. And of course this is set up for their matchup at Super Showdown Friday between the two. So then after the match, Bobby goes, he throws the chalk in Braun's eyes, and then attacks Braun Strowman for post-match assault. And then Bobby Lashley goes and then hits the running power slam on Braun Strowman. So Bobby used Braun's own move to lay him out. Could he do the same thing this Friday night in Saudi Arabia? Probably not. And then continuing on, we then get some YouTube clips from WWE from the 24/7 clusterfuck involving Jobber Mahal and R-Truth on a golf course Sunday, where R-Truth and Carmelo are getting ready to play golf. And then Jobber Mahal pinned R-Truth to get the 24/7 title. And yes, a referee was there to count the pin. Wow, Jobber Mahal, you won a fucking singles title. Am I supposed to be fucking impressed? The 24/7 title is a fucking joke. And then R-Truth goes and then he pins Jobber Mahal to win the title back. And now R-Truth is a 3-time 24/7 champion. Wow, Jobber, you win the title and then drop it 10 seconds later. Pathetic. Fucking pathetic. Fuck out of here. So, of course, everyone was looking for R-Truth backstage, but R-Truth was nowhere to be found, as he was hiding from everybody. So, continuing on, we then get a one-on-one women's match. We get Nikki Cross versus Peyton Royce, one half of the women's tag team champions. Highlights in the match, Payne's spin kick was meh. I mean, it looked light and soft as shit. I mean, she could have put more effort into it, make it look more real. Payne's arm toss was okay. I mean, it's Payne Royce. Nikki's running bulldog was good. So then, key point in the match, Alexa Bliss would get coffee from a producer backstage, while Alexa was at ringside. Payne then goes and then kicks the coffee out of Alexa's hands. Then Billie Kay goes and pushes Alexa Bliss from behind and makes Alexa wipe out on the floor, soaking up Alexa's white jeans. Oh, the white jeans, that's fucking terrible for stains. God damn it. But while that's all happening, Nikki Cross would take advantage of Payne's distraction and hit the swinging neck breaker on Payne to get the 3 count for the win. So then after the match, while Billie Kay is tending to Payne Royce, Alexa gets in the ring and then drop kicks Billy Kay for post-match assault. So Payne and Billy may have embarrassed Alexa, but Alexa got the last laugh and all that. Check in, mate. So then next up, Universal Champion Seth Rollins comes out again. And then Seth says that he wants everyone gunning for him in the Universal title. And he says that that's not Brock Lesnar though, and that Brock is taking the easy way out. So then Brock Lesnar's music plays, but Brock Lesnar does not show up. Seth goes on and says that he's sick of Brock Lesnar's games. And then Seth says that Brock used to be the most feared man in the world. But now Brock is a shell of his former self. And then Seth dares Brock to keep his promise and cash in. Oh, Seth, be careful what you wish for. You might just get it. So then Boring Corbin's music hits and Boring Corbin comes out to the ring. So Baron goes on and said that Seth needs to stop worrying about Brock Lesnar and focus on him more. And then Seth goes on and says that Baron doesn't stand a chance Friday, and will have to pry the title from his cold, dead hands. So then Baron goes on and says that he has no problems retiring Seth's ass like he retired Kurt Angle at Mania. Well, reminding us of that again. So then a brawl ensues between the two. And then Seth Rollins takes Baron Corbin out of the ring with a suicide dive. So then Brock Lesnar's theme plays again. And Brock Lesnar doesn't come out. But while Seth was distracted, Baron would get back in the ring. And then Baron Corbin hits the end of days on Seth Rollins. So then Brock Lesnar's theme plays a third time, but this time Brock Lesnar comes out with a referee and Paul Heyman. So Brock then he gets in the ring, he hits a low blow on Seth Rollins, followed by a German suplex. Then Brock grabs the steel chairs and hits Seth with the chair repeatedly. Brock then goes and hits an F5 on Seth Rollins out of the ring and then hits another German suplex. So then Brock goes on and then tells Paul that he told him Friday. Brock then poses with the Universal title and then leaves. Then comes back to the ring and beats Seth Rollins with the briefcase. Don't worry, it's not the beatbox one, it's a different one. It's the regular one. And then Brock beats Seth again with the chair. Brock then grabs his briefcase, leaves the ring, and then does his beatbox dance with the briefcase. And then leaves. So then the medics come out to Seth Rollins' aid, and then Seth Rollins gets carted out of the arena. And then leaves in an ambulance with his girlfriend, Becky Lynch. Yes, in case anyone is wondering, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch are officially dating. Yes, now you know, it is officially true. Well, since Brock said Friday, it means that Brock Lesnar's cashing in Friday in Saudi Arabia. And we already know Brock's walking out with the title. I'm serious, Vince. Don't do it. Don't put the title on Brock. I swear, you put that title on Brock Lesnar, I'm canceling my subscription to WWE, and I won't watch another episode until you get your shit together. Which will be never. So yeah, we're just counting down the days. Vince, the clock's ticking. Do you really give a shit about your fan base? Or do you not care? Seriously. What? What? Is masturbating to Brock Lesnar the best solution with where the company's at right now? Why the fuck are we giving the title back to somebody that not only doesn't give a shit about wrestling, but has no respect for the business? That makes no fucking sense. But again, anything that doesn't make sense makes sense in Vince McMahon's world. It's just fucking stupid. And then you wonder why people are stop tuning and watching this shit. And why the ratings are still at record lows. Fuck, the WrestleMania bump was even non-existent. That just tells you how much of a shit show WWE's turned into. Fuck, I feel sorry for these poor bastards that keep lowering their standards. Anyone that says Vince McMahon is a genius is a fucking idiot. Vince McMahon made WWE success in the 90s. He was fucking carried in the late 90s, early 2000s, the Attitude Era by high-end talent. mainly carried by The Rock and Stone Cold. It was mainly carried by those two. Because most of the great ideas they had in the late 90s, early 2000s weren't even Vince's. Some of those were Vince Russo's. Some of those were other wrestlers that came up with it. Like, seriously. Vince McMahon is over-fucking rated. Everyone keeps fucking overrating Vince McMahon. Fucking stop with this shit. Vince is what's wrong with WWE. I don't see how fucking people can't comprehend that. Fuck me. But anyway, continuing on, we then get another Firefly shithouse segment with Bray Wyatt. I don't fucking care, we're skipping it. Wake me up when Bray Wyatt actually fucking does something. Because this segment's just a waste of fucking time. Just like the WWE as a whole. A waste of fucking time. Vince, just put the title on Lesnar, get it over with, so I can stop fucking watching. Just get it over with. It's obvious, Vince, you don't want me as a fucking fan, and you don't fucking deserve me as a fan. So just get it over with, Vince, so I can fucking leave. My one foot's already out the door. Like, change my mind. Talk me out of leaving, Vince. So then after that, Triple H, we didn't have the Triple H Randy Orton face-to-face segment. So Triple H comes out and Randy Orton comes out. Triple H then says that it's been a while. Not really, Hunter. The last time you and Randy Orton were in the ring together was back in like October for SmackDown 1000. You know, the whole Evolution reunion. Yeah, it hasn't really been a while. So then Triple H says that this is just to drum up interest and drama. Also just exposing the business. Wonderful. So then Triple H says that he's not going to waste everyone's time. And then tells Randy to not let the suit fool him. And that he will kick Randy Orton's ass said Friday. So then Randy goes on and says that he's not Batista. And he'll do the one thing Batista didn't do. And that's beat Triple H. So then Triple H goes on and says that Randy is one of the best ever to step in the ring. And yet John Cena was chosen as the face of the company over Randy Orton. Fuck, Randy Orton's never even won a feud against John Cena clean. Let that sink in. So then Triple H goes on and says that everyone that tried to put him down are gone. And Triple H is still here. The power of the golden shovel compels Triple H. And then Randy Orton says that he's not the one to put him down. So then Randy Orton then asks if Triple H can go retrieve his balls from Stephanie's purse. Ooh, I'm talking about those balls. Those big old balls. So then Triple H goes on and says that he'll do it. And then Triple H says that they're big. Giggity. Triple H then says that it's a burden to carry his balls. Giggity. And then Triple H says that he'll try to fit them in his carry-on bag to Saudi Arabia. Giggity, giggity, giggity. And then Triple H then says that Randy Orton has never had balls. And of course that sets up for our main event matchup, which is Ricochet versus Cesaro. A rematch from last week. Fucking hell, 3 weeks in a row of this. Highlights in the match. Cesaro's tilt-the-world backbreaker was good. Ricochet's tornado head scissor was really good, but Ricochet would botch the head scissors off the barricade. Just like it looked like complete shit. Cesaro landed terribly from it. Ricochet's moonsault was botched because Cesaro reacted too late from it. Cesaro's uppercuts were good along with the superplex. Cesaro's 8 Cesaro swings were also good along with Ricochet's pump knee and his pump kick. Ricochet's springboard crossbody was good, but Cesaro's roll-through was very impressive to get him up. Match ending, Ricochet would roll up Cesaro. Ricochet gets the 3 count for the win. But after the match, Cesaro goes on and attacks Ricochet for post-match assault. Then Cesaro pulls out a ladder. And then he pulls out a table. But here's the catch. This table happened to have 24/7 champion R-Truth hiding on it. So R-Truth was hiding under the ring this entire time. So then when R-Truth found out that he was exposed out in the light, R-Truth then goes and throws Cesaro into the crowd. And then the Jobber Squad, the whole Jobber roster comes out to try and get the title off Trip R-Truth with referees coming out in holes. Cedric Alexander goes, he hits a cannonball dive to take out everybody. Carmella then goes and super kicks Drake Maverick. R-Truth and Carmella then leave through the crowd with the roster chasing them backstage. So we have more 24/7 clusterfuck. But hold up, we aren't finished yet. So then next up, Undertaker's music hits and then Undertaker comes out. Yes, the old bastard himself is back again. And oh, by the way, I'll be meeting Undertaker this Sunday at Niagara Falls Comic Con. So yeah, that's going to actually be a good experience. You know, if anyone's wondering, yes, Undertaker is my all-time favorite wrestler in WWE all time. You know, one of my all-time favorites. I love Undertaker a lot. Watched a lot of his matches. There was some good shit. So Undertaker comes out. He then says what happens when you're face-to-face with death. And then Taker says that Goldberg will get the answers Friday. And then Taker says that he wants the unstoppable Icon Goldberg. Well, Undertaker, hate to break this to you. You're not going to get the unstoppable Icon. You're going to get the 50-year-old washed-up version of Goldberg. And then Taker says that if Goldberg doesn't bring it, the first match between the two will be their last. And then Taker says the gates of hell will open Friday, and he'll claim Goldberg's soul. And then Taker goes on and says that Goldberg is next, and that's how we end Raw. Damn, I was disappointed with how that ended. I wanted Taker to say Goldberg will rest in peace, not Goldberg's next. Like he just took Goldberg's catch line. Fuck. But you know, hey, at least I'll get to meet Undertaker Sunday. So hey, oh well. And yes, I'm getting him to sign my one Winged Eagle WWE title replica, so yeah. Gonna get another signature on the belt at least. So yeah, I'm still doing the Comic-Con. I'm still doing the vlogs for it, regardless of what happens at Super Showdown Friday. But yeah, overall, this Raw was fucking trash. So yeah, honestly, I'll just give it a 1 out of 10 and call it a day. But yeah, and of course, you know, I'm more focused about Sunday meeting Undertaker, you know. Because fun fact, 17 years ago, my father actually met Undertaker at a bar in Toronto. When Taker was still doing the American Badass gimmick. And he was hanging out with the Hells Angels. I actually ran into him at the bar because my dad was working security at a one WWE show in Toronto. Yeah, 17 years ago, my dad met Undertaker. 17 years later, I'm going to follow in my dad's footsteps and meet Taker too. May it took 17 years, but hey, worth it. But yeah, that's all I got to say, folks. Hope everyone's a great day, and yeah, peace out.